Tilt it back. Oh, no, it's definitely gone.
Really?
Really? I mean, just gone.
Gone?
Gone.
But when? I mean, we haven't slept or anything. I mean...
Oh, God, that's a good point.
Somebody's going to have to pay for this.
But why? You don't suppose there was a microphone in there, do you?
What, in my tooth?
Well, yeah, to listen to us.
They're listening to us all the time, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, no.
What?
You don't think it was my cyanide tooth, do you?
Oh, God.
Oh, no. So, I mean, there's
No escape!
never ending.
No escape!
Hang on.
Oh, God.
You've still got yours.
Maybe movies.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pernicious Dance Moves, and I am joined today, as always, on the Sofas of Delirium by my good friend, colleague, and random fine, All of the Hairy.
All of the hairy.
Like a Yuletide keratin explosion in your mouth.
Yes. I'm sorry, folks. I couldn't help myself.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's
Hot
Wednesday.
and steamy.
Hot and steamy in the delirium. That was a very old man sound. Oh my!
That was very old, man. Are we getting old? I think we are.
Yeah. Anyway, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, to everybody at home.
Merry Christmas to you all, or at least season's greetings.
Thank you again for coming back. It's good, isn't it? Oh, it's just right.
It is. It does hit the spot.
We are going to be launching into Act 1 of Frost.
Oh, Frost. Oh, yes.
As a quick recap, we are swapping Jack Frost
Not Nick Frost. Jack Frost.
with Jack Frost. But what we've done with this one is we're going to swap our concepts. So the plots of the films and how the films should run will remain the same. It's just we get evil Michael Keaton Snowman and possibly nice evil Jack Frost Snowman.
I know. We'll get to that when we get to that one.
Yes.
But for now, we are dealing with Frost.
At the moment, I am bereft of stars.
I have a star.
Cool. And again, don't forget, if you think we missed something, or if there's an idea that you really like that somebody didn't get an award for, let us know in the comments, and we will add it on for next time.
Indeed. Let us know what you think, folks.
Yum.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Right.
something I forgot to mention, or that we forgot to mention last time when we were obviously discussing the two films.
Mm.
They both have hairdryers. They both have moments where they try and melt snowmen with hairdryers.
Oh, God, they do, don't they? Oh, that slipped me. It slipped right by me, that one did.
But
Beetles in the genus.
I don't think Act 1 is going to take too long, because it's kind of...
All right. Well, I think you're right, because in a lot of ways the first act is a railroad for us, at least in terms of the action.
Yes, it's
But
intention.
as theoretical directors, we can still play around with the intent of certain bits in the first act.
Exactly.
I mean,
Ooh, I like that, theoretical directors.
I like to think of us as
Yeah,
that.
that's
You know.
nice, that's nice. Can I have a theoretical director's chair, please? You're sitting on the floor. I'm
You're
sorry.
not sitting on the floor. You're sitting on the theoretical director's couch.
Oh, the things that couches see.
Um,
You didn't notice.
I can't see the essential. Oh, dear me. Just stop it.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Just
I'm
stop
sorry.
it.
Okay, move on. Sorry, I'm all ears.
I can't imagine us changing the action. The actual events of the first act are pretty much going to stay the same, unless you can find a real reason why they should change. But the tone of what we're filming can change significantly.
Yes, I mean, the only things I really made notes on are things like possibly playing a bit more into his... I was going to say avarice, I don't know if it's just the right word, but his ambition.
Yes.
Things like that. You know, he's got this chance coming up, that's more important than everything else. And also, again, possibly his reaction to Charlie's reaction.
Yeah.
So we can seed in that when he comes back, it's that resentment. Not only losing the contract, but essentially his death is his son's fault, because it was guilt placed on
Over
him by his son that made him drive back.
That's kind of where I'm leaning. Like I say, I don't think we've got a reasonable excuse to change the action, and therefore most of the dialogue of the first act. But the tone in which it's delivered
Absolutely.
can change significantly.
Yes.
Like, I'm thinking one of the biggest examples for me is when they're packing up the car to leave on Christmas Eve, and he gets the phone call. And the tone with which he delivers the news that he's just had this phone call and the conversation they have can significantly change the dynamics of that family just by changing the tone of their voice.
Absolutely. I mean, if we want to... No.
We're actually directing this one, guys. There are some things we can't change, so we're just going to have to direct them to give a different meaning to them, and I hope that's acceptable to you folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I think in particular it's important, if we're going to show a darker side of Jack,
Showtime.
that we need to foreshadow it in some way. His ambition would be a good starting point. Possibly even a little bit of resentment with his child, who is desperate for his attention and, like, you don't understand.
The conversation that he has with him in the bedroom after he misses
the one
the game.
with the conversation with the harmonica.
With the harmonica when he misses the
Yeah.
game, yeah. And he's talking about, I've always had this dream. We can layer it into there as well. That,
Yeah, he goes deeper into the nostalgia about
Yes.
I always had a dream, and he stares off into the distance and
Yes.
he kind of forgets his son for a moment.
Exactly. And I don't know if it's going too far with that moment as well, to again lay it on thick with that, I'm doing this for you and your mother.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah?
That's a good
So
one.
that you have a better life and and things like that. So really, it's being more of a dad.
Yeah, because he's super cool dad. He's not really dad, he's best friend dad.
Exactly.
And making more dad,
Yes.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I hope you understand what I'm saying, folks.
They will do, because I think we've just found the title for the episode. It's just Dad. More Dad.
Yeah, we need to seed these little moments that are going to pay off in the future.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want him to go over the top
Lights out! Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
and to be a bad guy in the first act, but we want to show that he's got these moments of angry passion or
a little bit selfish.
a little bit selfish, just
Yeah.
a little bit.
That these traits do exist in him. That, as we say, when you come back, you're not quite the same.
So we want to sow the seed of the idea that for Jack, the only way he can successfully be a father is by succeeding
In his dream.
in his dream as a
yeah.
musician, and that's the way he can provide for his family.
Yes.
And that's his obsession.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that because it's a difficult one to turn bad because it's so sugar coated.
It's so saccharine. Absolutely.
This might be a good moment. Oh, what the fuck? He's over there.
Huh? Yeah. What the hell?
You can just stop that. Do we have to put a leash on you?
I didn't even notice.
I don't know.
He was right behind you. How did I not notice?
I know, and he's now staring at me. How did I not notice?
Ugh.
Anyway, I think now might be a good time to do a shout out
Oh, yes.
before we run out of episode. Over to you, man.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to do a call out for another one of our friends that we've spoken about recently, but they definitely... Am I done? Am I done?
I don't know. Are you?
Sorry, that caught me by surprise. I'm sorry, folks, that caught me by surprise.
Bless you.
We'll try that again. Thank you.
That'll stop the sniffles.
So we're doing a shout out for one of our friends that we have mentioned reasonably recently, but we think they deserve a bit more attention. And of course, I'm talking about our friends at Last Dog Films. They've got a lovely channel with new short films coming out, I think once a month at the moment.
Fantastic.
They're definitely worth checking out. Especially, I would like to give them a huge congratulations for their last short film, Momo, which has just passed over 1 million views, which is just magnificent for one of the people of our stature. Well done for that, guys.
Yeah,
And
congratulations.
I'd also like to encourage everybody out there to go and check out their latest film, which is called Ignite, which is a little bit different, but you should give it some love and check out what they're doing. Like I say, there'll be new videos every month, so keep looking, keep checking. Thanks, folks.
And again, as always, Alex, Michael, all of you, thank you for your support. Yeah, so we haven't really got that much left to do on this one.
Right, okay, I'm just trying to think, is there anything...
I did, when I rewatched it earlier, I did notice something I missed first time. He does make a mention about Sid, about Henry Rollins' character. He says something about, if he can stay out of prison. So apparently the character does have a bit of a past.
Oh, right, okay.
I didn't
I never really noticed that, no.
But I don't, yeah, so that kind of sets us up. We've layered in that there's these slightly darker elements to his personality.
Okay, wait. You've just given me a thought.
Okay.
Now, maybe I'm wide of the mark. But if we're going to layer in a little bit of foreshadowing, maybe there's a bit more to that comment. Maybe Jack was Sid's bully.
And that's why he turned out the way he did.
Just, like, laying something for the future there.
Oh.
It'll all have to be done with dialogue and presentation of tone.
Yeah.
We can change a couple of lines here, one or two, but not significantly. Just a little, just enough to hint.
I can't remember. Is there any scenes with Michael Keaton as Michael Keaton and Henry Rollins Dean?
No, he only confronts him as the snowman.
Okay.
But he responds to him as if he knows him and starts talking to him as if he knows him.
Because he knows he's a good hockey player.
Yeah.
So it could be taught him everything he knew. Who knows? Something like that. I mean, if we want to,
if we're still going to use it, that could play into the J shot later on.
I know how we do it. Then, so you get the thing about Charlie wanting him to come to the game. Goes to leave. No, because he leaves earlier in the day. Damn, might have to because movie it. As he's leaving, runs into Sid coming to pick up Charlie.
Yes, yeah, that works. That works perfectly.
And so we can
because we see them being picked up by Sid later on when he goes back to the game.
Yes.
So we know that's a habit he does.
Yeah. So
that's not because movie, that's just a thing.
Fantastic. Yeah, and so then we can build up that tension between
back
the two
and forth,
yeah.
It might be something as simple as, but you never mastered the J shot, did you?
I can't. That's
thank you.
Yeah, I always love it when if we can find an actual line to put into the film, as it were. That's always really cool. So that takes us through to, and we've kind of covered already, the conversation about having to go to do the gig for the boss.
And then we have the crash.
Yeah.
And again, we just changed the tone of that conversation with him and Mac.
Yes.
About the guilt. Mm-hmm. I just make sure that we know it's his guilt that's driving him. It's not his need to be with his family.
No,
it's his guilt about being bad dad.
Yes. Do we then want to drop in at that moment then a seed? It's not only about his guilt, but his resentment for that guilt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So again, we get a very different him driving back.
Yeah, we can even have a moment where he says something to that effect, and Matt goes, "Oh, come on, Jack. You know they love you."
Oh, we can kind of mirror something because there's the bit when he's talking to Charlie about dreams.
Yeah.
And he says, it can make you, and he kind of stumbles, and he says it can make you be a bit of a dick, whatever.
Yeah.
I expected him to say something else, and then he doesn't. So we could then actually throw in what I originally expected him to say, give it to Mac though instead. Yeah, there's a point where dream becomes obsession. Trying to drag him back.
So that conversation doesn't become him realising he needs to go back to his family. It's about Mac convincing him that he needs to go back to his family.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how that works.
But then we get him driving back. This time, though, probably muttering to himself and
we want to build up towards that anger, and the frustration, and it's, oh, come on, and it's because he's thumping the dashboard anyway to get the thing to make the windshield wipers work.
Exactly.
So he can just be smashing it. Oh, come on. I want to stop here. Are we making this PG-13, or are we going R-rated with this?
What's that? Is that R?
That's R. It's an 18, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay. So maybe he gets, because he's away from his family, he can really express himself. So maybe we start to get that proper anger come out of him.
Yeah, let's do it, fuck it, yeah. But the point I was trying to get to was, so he's verbalising all of this stuff, and so we know that is what's in his heart when he dies.
Yeah, so we know his intent.
Yes.
Even though his family doesn't, even though those other people do, we, the audience, know.
Exactly.
Many months later.
End of act. Mm-hmm. End of act. All right. Okay. So that bit was simple.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the next part where we get to have fun.
This is where it all gets interesting.
Yes, but good point. Well made about what rating we're going to give this thing, because it will affect how much we can get away with in the next two acts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's it determines the type of story we're telling and the type of language we use and all those things.
So we're done for today. Again, as I said, if you think we missed anything in terms of stars, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, though, have a great Thursday and come back and join us on Friday for Act 2.
Indeed. As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.